Hey there, welcome to Hermit Haven. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. We're so excited to invite you into our safe space. Hermit Haven is like a cozy little hideout where we celebrate being confident in ourselves as we find happiness in quiet moments.
So grab your favorite blanket and your favorite drink, and let's dive into today's episode.
Hi, I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Hermit Haven.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and this is Ari, our mascot, and we're excited to have you. This week, we're going to be chatting about showing up for yourself when it's easier not to. And I think so many times we hear that and we're like, what do you mean by that? Like, I show up for myself. I go to work. I do all these things. No. We're talking about like when you make a commitment or you have an idea or a goal or plan, and then you go, oh, well, I'll just hit the snooze again, or I'll just like maybe go try again tomorrow, or maybe I'll just like do it later. No. You need to show up for yourself. And we're going to talk about why that is important and how to.
Yeah, I was reading, Ed Milet is like one of my favorite podcasters, and I'm rereading his book right now. We're trying to read like 10 pages every single day. And there was a part in there, I just like was highlighting the whole chapter, and it was about how when you make a promise to yourself and you actually keep the promise to yourself, that's how you build like your self-worth and like your self-esteem. And that's how you feel better about yourself because you told yourself, I'm going to do this XYZ for myself, and you actually do it. I think it's the hardest when you're committing to yourself. When you're committing to someone else, like you have accountability, right? If I'm like, hey, Ashley, we're going to do this. She's like, okay, I got to show up because Ashley's going to be there. But if you're telling yourself that you want to do something, you have to show up for yourself. And that's easy to be like, oh, I'm too tired today, or I don't have time today, or it's just been so busy and I'll just put it off for later. And I feel like we do that so often. And so in order to build like your self-confidence and your self-worth, you have to make a promise to yourself, and it has to be within reason that you could actually, accomplish and like get progress towards and actually do it. And so I just feel like this, I love this. Like this makes me feel so empowered because I do this to my, like I think about this stuff, this topic specifically all the time. And I'm always like, Jackie, you told yourself, go do it.
I actually, so my brain is like thinking about me the other day. So I told myself that I'm going to commit to making a TikTok shop video every day but Saturday. And let's be honest, it hasn't really happened at all this month. And I went into my TikTok shop rewards and it was like, just post free videos and you'll get like $15. And I've been kicking myself in the butt for like 24 hours because if I've just committed to what I've committed to the site, to me wanting to do it for 30 days or whatever, I would have missed this reward. Instead, I missed it. Like, and then it was like, but also like, it's even worse because I told myself like, okay, I'll post one today. And then I was like, okay, if I post it tomorrow and the third day, I'll get the reward, right? No, I posted one day and then skipped a day and then posted the next day. So like I feel like so many like I feel like that was like a sign that was like, Ashley, you should have just committed to your promise.
I know. I mean, it's hard. Like, let's be real. It is hard. It's not easy. I'm reading the chapter that I just read in my Ed Milet book is about how hard things usually give you the best rewards. And so it is hard. It's supposed to be hard. Like being able to post every single day in TikTok. Like, I know it sounds silly to some people if you don't know and you like haven't done it, but like it's a commitment to like shoot it and edit it and think of the idea in the first place and like figure out what you're going to do and like get the confidence to even like post it. And like there's a lot that goes into that. And so it is hard. It is hard. And it's valid if you feel like whatever your goal that you're going towards or whatever like you want to make happen in your life is hard. It is supposed to be. Everything that is convenient, like it keeps you in this place of what is it? Complacency? Is that right? Complacent? Being complacent? I don't know what the
I don't
word
know.
is.
You know bigger words than I do.
That is the word, but whatever the other part of however else you say it. But being like you're just kind of doing the same thing every single day. And like some people are okay with that and that's great. But a lot of people I think that are watching our podcast want more because that's what our podcast is all about. And it is hard to get more. It's okay that it's hard. All of us feel that way. And so, yeah, I agree. I in my planner, I actually have a few daily, what is it? Like daily things that I want to get done. Like I have a little habit tracker, And so I look at it every day and I'm like, well, dang, like I didn't read my 10 pages today. So I'm sitting here last night while Glenn's watching Happy Gilmore 2, and I'm like reading because I was like, well, I told myself that I would, and I can't check it off because I didn't do it. And so some of the things, and sometimes it's not that hard and I do it in the morning, but like some days we're just so busy and I'm like, when I was like really hardcore on my like getting my 45 minutes of working out, which I'm back on, but I was like sick in a way and stuff. It could be 9 o'clock at night. And I'd be like, Glenn, I didn't get my 45 minutes in. So I'll see you in 45 minutes. And he's like, it's 9 o'clock at night. And I was like, I don't care. I'm going to work out because it's the only time I have. And
Yeah.
so it's going to be hard. That's okay. We are here to support you and tell you that like you can do this. So
You can do anything. I think something you just said, I want to add, you were talking about how you didn't get your steps in and you see this, or like you didn't get to check it off, right? Like there's an incentive, right? I think so many times, like we have these goals or we have these things we want to do, and sometimes we need that incentive. We need like, I don't know, I just think of that like little bunny with the carrot, and you like waving the carrot, or like the dog with the dog bone. Like you sometimes need that, and that's okay. And some people don't need that. And you don't need to compare yourself to the next person, right? The person next to you might just go to the gym and not need any of that. Like that's their schedule, right? And some people might need like to go to the gym and then like, in 10, once they get to their goal, they're going to go buy that new dress or whatever it is, right? And I
mhm,
think so many times you need to figure out what works for you to keep to that commitment. And sometimes it's just trial and error, or sometimes it's not even that you're not trying hard enough. You can be putting in all the effort, right? And the thing is that sometimes that effort doesn't look like what we think it looks like. We sometimes think the effort means that you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing for that goal. But the
yeah,
effort, let's say, again, I keep going back to posting, but that's kind of where I'm in, right? This mama content era life. But, right, let's say my goal is to post 30 days on the TikTok shop. Let's just keep going this example, right? Right. But I didn't get that goal done this month. But I posted other videos. I made other content. I did other stuff, right? Behind the scenes. So those little things that had nothing to do with TikTok shop, even though I got no videos up, are helping me get to the steps to get to where I want to be. And I think so many times we need to like have the steps that match exactly what our goal is. But sometimes it's the stuff around us, right? So let's say you want to be that content creator and you want to make TikTok videos, but you have nowhere to do it, right? So then maybe behind the scenes, it's spending time reorganizing your house to make a space for you to film, right? Like, I think that's part of that commitment. So don't give up on yourself because you can't figure out the best way to do it. Don't give up on yourself because you can't, I don't know, your goal is not always aligning with what you're doing. Like you just need to keep pushing forward, and you're not going to get where you want to be if you don't push and keep going.
yeah. Yeah, like you're saying, like those little steps, they help you get towards your goal. And like some people get there faster and slower. There's no reason to like compare yourself. But I don't know. I just over the last so I know you talk a lot about the content stuff. I've been on a huge like health journey, like a physical and mental health journey, but like a huge physical health journey, and lost a bunch of weight, and I still have more goals for myself physically. I'm not going hardcore in the gym or anything like that. Like I'm going at a very slow pace. That's okay for me, but I'm still getting towards my goal. And over the past month, I was sick for a week, and then I was in Colorado for a week or a few days, whatever, 4 days. And then I came back and I was sick for like another week and a half. And like I've kind of stayed the exact same, which like I'm not upset about because I've already lost so much and I'm maintaining it. But the other day I was like, oh, well, like I've been still working towards it and I'm not seeing any progress at all. But that's because I'm not taking a big enough step and going like harder, not
Yeah.
harder, but like, like I have to be in the calorie deficit and moving my body and drinking the water at the same time, which takes priority. And sometimes I have to say no to other things so that I can make sure that I can get all those three things done. And not only do I have to do all those three things in one day, I have to do them for a period of time. And so it's okay to me that I haven't been able to do all those three things majority of the days over the past like month. I've still been thinking about it though. Like I've still been thinking about what I need to do to get to where I want to go and trying to do it, even if I don't get the whole way. Like, even if I'm not in a calorie deficit, I'm still like, but what am I eating? Am I eating whole foods? Am I eating things that are going to make me feel good? Or, oh my gosh, like it's 4 o'clock and I've barely drank any water. Even if I can't get my whole amount of water in today, like make sure that I go get some water. Sometimes it's like taking those small steps, even if it's not big enough to get towards your goal, because that really does help you like get to the point where I can do all three in the same
Mhm.
day for a month or 3 months long, right? To get actual real results that I want. Like, I don't know, is this making sense? Like
No, it makes
sometimes
sense, but I think too,
those
like,
little steps.
no, I get it. It makes sense. And it's like, well, then how am I ever going to get to my goal or whatever I'm trying to do? Like, how am I going to show up for myself if I have to do all these things? And I think you have to remember you're the priority sometimes, not everything around you. And I think so many times we think that everything's going to happen overnight and it can. It's your speed. I think that's something too is we all have our own speed, right? I remember when Jackie and I did network marketing, she always said like you just have to run. Like you just have to like, let the bird like fly off, right? And I always like I kept saying to her I was like, but that's not me. That's not me. Like I need to walk. I need to like take the steps. Like I can't run, right? And I think we're all going to go different speeds on how we
Yeah.
do things. I think too, and I know we talk about this a lot, but every season it's going to look different how you show up for yourself and commit to yourself. I
Yeah.
think too, when you're choosing yourself over other things and making yourself a priority, it's hard sometimes. It's like a guilt feeling like, well, I really need to go take a shower, but I have a load of dishes in the sink, right? How do you choose yourself when the house needs you? Or,
Yeah.
my child, is wants to play with me all day. How do you say, hey, we're gonna have 5 to 10 minutes of quiet time, when you're,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like, how do you commit when there's so much other things going around to yourself?
Yeah. And to that point, sometimes you have to stop committing to too much. Obviously, there's things in your life that you have to take care of. I have to take care of my kids. I have to, when the school comes around, I got to bring them to school. I got to pick them up. Like there are things that are non-negotiable. Like I have to feed them. Like I have to do certain things, but I don't have to go meet up with play dates like multiple times a week. And I know like I have some friends that love like doing all the sports and stuff like that. For me right now in my life, I would be so overwhelmed that it's just not something that we can commit that I can commit to right now. And so I can't say yes to some things because if I'm saying yes to all of that, I can't say yes to doing the things for myself to get me to my goal.
Yeah. I
I
think
think that's the hardest thing for people because they do feel guilty, like you said. Like they feel guilty for not letting their kids be in like five sports when all the other kids around them, are in five sports. Like just things like that. You have to be able to be like, what can I handle? And also be able to do the things for myself I need to do.
I think so many
That's
times
hard.
too, we overcommit to everyone else around us and everything else around us that we forget that we have to commit to ourselves. And I know, and sometimes it looks worse than it could be, right? Sometimes it's, you forgot to shower in the last 3 days because you committed to everyone else, and maybe that's not the best, right? Or it could just be something simple as, everyone else, you figured out everyone else's dinner, but you didn't figure out yours because you were so committed to everyone else, right? Every season, like, I don't know, it's just I feel like so many times in life, we especially I think it depends who you are too. So many of us like, some people are very self-centered and want everything around them to center around them, and they don't prioritize other people, and so maybe this isn't, like, a topic for them, right? This isn't something that, like, it resigns with them. But I think with Jackie and I, we love so deep, and we love so hard, and we wanna show up so much for everyone else around us that how can you prioritize ourselves when we're giving so much to someone else, right? And I think it's hard sometimes too when you're adjusting to new schedules or new, ages or whatever it is. Like there's so many times that I think too, like it's the guilt. Like, well, I want to do this, but if I do this, then it might ruin how things look right now. And I think we're so scared of what's going to be that we can't just commit to ourselves because what if it doesn't work out? But what if it does work out? What if you took a chance on yourself and you showed up for yourself in a way you never showed up for yourself and everything worked out the way exactly it should have?
I like to have the mindset of like, no matter what you choose, it's going to work out. no matter what you choose in life, it's going to be right. Because I used to be so scared of making a decision, like so scared. I was like, what if it's the wrong one? Like I was paralyzed. And now I'm like, it doesn't matter what decision I make because it's going to be right. It's going to all work out no matter what happens. Like,
Yeah.
well, like it'll figure itself out. I'll figure it out. Like life will move on, right? It's not going to stop. So it'll
Everything,
all work out.
everything, everything happens for a reason. Nothing is random. And if a leaf falls on the ground, maybe an ant needed shade.
I love it. I totally agree.
Like,
Also, oh, go ahead.
go ahead,
Now I was going to start talking about some habits
go ahead.
because I feel like I'm a natural problem solver. I'm actually very proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for saying I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of myself for giving myself a compliment. Just want to throw that out there because the old me would have never done that. Actually feeling like a little emotional that I just said that. Anyway, I feel like I'm a natural problem solver. And so when I want something, I kind of try to figure out how to get there, right? Like I got to make a plan. And so I try to figure out how I can use every single moment of the day. Like, granted, there are times when I'm sitting and playing with my kids. I'm not saying like every single moment I have to be doing something, but I try to think of like every single moment during the day and when I can fit in like moments that don't seem okay. Hold on. It's hard for me to explain. So, for instance, I'm reading my 10 pages, right? Some people are going to sit in the car line and they're going to scroll on their phone. I'm going to sit in the car line and say, what can I do? If you want to scroll on the car line, please, if that is your only time, then go ahead. But I'm going to sit there and be like, well, I have 10 pages to read today. So I'm going to sit here in the car line and read my 10 pages because it's time that I have that I can be using, right? Or like I was telling my mom, I was telling my mom that like I'll be brushing my teeth and walking in place because I'm trying to get my steps in and maybe I don't have my 10,000 steps for the day and I just like need more steps. Like I like to figure out, or like while I'm cooking, like while the toast, I think we said this on the last one, but like while the toast is going, I'm emptying the dishwasher because it's like just enough time. It's like 3 minutes that I can basically empty the dishwasher. Like I try to find those little pockets of time during the day. If I want to do 45 minutes of working out, it's usually not a full 45 minutes. I don't usually have maybe at like 9 o'clock at night, a full 45 minutes. Maybe I have 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and 15 minutes later. So like, this is making sense. Like I sometimes have to figure out like when I can fit things in and like, I guess it's a habit stack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like so many times though we don't see that we can do that. Like we don't realize like that is ability, right? Or you know, I think so many times we are afraid that we're gonna take away time from something else, but or like we get I don't know, like this like I think we've talked about this before. I think this just needs to be an episode, but like we don't think we're gonna do it, like get it all done in like the right amount of time. And I think so many times that is part of like why we don't commit because we don't think we have the time to commit to ourselves. But I think, right, you can either schedule your day or you can make a list of what you're going to do today and then maybe plan like, okay, look at the list and say, okay, what can I like kind of like put together? So like, you're saying like besides loading the dishes, like I don't know, if this baby, like when I'm making his bottle and putting it on the warmer, like I'll wash the old bottles, right? Like that's that time to do it. Like or or I'll pump while I'm feeding him, like I'll put him on my lap and feed him on his side so I can pump at the same time, right? Instead of like having to pump later, right? And I think and I'll be honest with me, I don't like pumping sometimes when I have to feed him because then I like want to hold him and burp him, but then I just take out my pumps right when he's done and then I just do it, like you find a way, you make it a way. If you
Figure it out.
really want it, you're gonna find a way, you're gonna make it work, right? And I think we say this, and I look at myself and I'm laughing because I really want to make, creating content, just like making it a little bit of an extra income online, right? But have I shown up enough? No. But I think if I really wanted it more, yeah, I could go harder. But do I want it that hard? No, maybe not. And I think sometimes we have to be realistic with ourselves too in that aspect. Like, how bad do you really want it? Is this truly what you want? And if it's not, that's okay.
Yeah. They say like know your why. And I feel like that's totally true. Like, why do you really want it? And maybe it's not something, maybe you realize like that's not something that I actually even care about. I just thought maybe that's what I would want, but it's not. And maybe it's something totally different.
Mhm.
Or maybe you realize like, yeah, dang, like I really want to feel better about myself and not like for me, a lot of my physical health journey started as like I physically was not feeling good. Like I would go to bed every single night feeling terrible, like physically, not like mentally, like physically not feeling good. And so that started a lot of that journey. But like you just have to know like why you're doing it. And I think you saying like we're talking about this and here I am like not, being consistent, but also we're not perfect. That's the point of our podcast is like, we're not perfect. We're figuring it out. We're not telling you like, you should do this and you should do that. We're telling you what's working for us, what's worked for us in the past, and like what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And so this whole past month, I haven't been super consistent, but I came back and I meal planned. I got like all my stuff done yesterday and I'm getting my stuff done. Like, I'm committing, like I've not over committed myself physically to do too many things this week so that I can know when I'm going to get my 45 minutes of working out in and make sure that I'm eating things that fit into my meal plan. Like,
I think too, I think we think that once we commit, if we don't want to continue, we have to keep going still. And that's
yeah,
not the case. Like, give it a try it out, see if this is working for you, whatever you're trying to commit to, if it's a new job, if it's, just showing up in the morning and remembering to wash your face and like taking care of yourself before you take care of the family, right? Like, maybe you find that maybe in the morning, like right first thing is not the best time. So find another time, right? I think to sit down and be honest with yourself, right? So many times we're not honest with ourselves with what we're trying to do. We're not honest of like what our true intentions are, our true goals. So I think at the end of the day, you're important, everyone's important, and it's super important to just commit to yourself and find what works. If it's having a goal list, if it's having an incentive, if it's having a schedule or a to-do list, right? No matter what it is, you are important. So why not show up for yourself? Because if you don't show up for yourself, who is? You
yeah,
know, someone's not gonna like, you're the only person that can take a shower for yourself. You're the only person that can like go to the bathroom for yourself. Like, no one else can do that for you. So
feed
show
yourself.
up in other areas too.
Yeah. And I feel like change is hard. Change is hard. It's hard for all of us. It's not easy. Just because something doesn't feel comfortable when you first change it doesn't mean that it's not for you. I think that's like huge because a lot of the time, if we feel like, oh my gosh, this doesn't feel right, then we're like, it's not right. And like, there are definitely times when that is true, but changing a habit is going to feel uncomfortable and weird and hard. And like, it takes effort to do it or fit it in. And maybe you have to switch it around and see when it fits in the best, or maybe every single day is different like me. And I don't know when I'm going to work out I figured out that day, like where it fits in depending on what I'm doing. And so just know that like it's going to be hard and it's going to feel weird and not that easy. And you're going to have to make time for it. And also, progress isn't always like this, right? It's like, I'm doing so great. Oh no, I'm sick and I'm into Colorado and I'm sick again. Okay, now I'm back on it. And like, who knows? School's going to happen. Like, I might have another dip. Like, it's okay. Like, that's just normal. It's just normal. So, our whole goal of this podcast episode is just wanting you guys to know that, like, let's push ourselves a little bit. And, like, whatever it is, it could be something big or small. Just let's push ourselves a little bit because we tend to not prioritize ourselves and, like, make time for it. And it's something that most likely you're going to have to schedule out and,
Mhm.
say no to other stuff so that you can make it a priority. So, that's all.
Yeah, I think take five. I think everyone should sit down and like even us sit down, take 5 minutes to like make a list of like things you want to prioritize this month, right? It doesn't have to be goals. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like it doesn't have to be like a goal of like reaching $50,000 or a goal of like making home cooked meals for 7 days. It can
Yeah.
literally just be something so simple as writing one diary entry this month. And it could be something so simple as telling my family that I'm going to take the morning to myself this morning. So y'all hang out with yourself. Or it could be so simple as I'm going to go to bed 10 minutes earlier because I deserve it.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't have to be a goal. It could just be something you deserve because we all deserve to be put first because no one around us can have us if we don't take care of ourselves.
Yeah. Absolutely. I
Well,
love
we
this
love you.
episode.
We love you. We hope you enjoyed this episode just like every other episode.
If
And
you
if
ever
there's
have anything that you really want us to talk about, or like, oh my gosh, like that point was amazing, let us know. Maybe we could like expand on it. Or if there's something that you are really feeling right now in this season and you're like, I'd love to hear if you have any advice on XYZ or what you've done or whatever, let us know. And we'd love to chat about in the future.
Yeah, and if you like this episode, let us know by liking it, obviously, and just sharing with your friends. If you want to know when the next episode is out or what it is, just email us.
You want baby Ari and more of our episodes?
If Ari doesn't want to take a nap during our episodes, just let us know. But seriously, we love you all so much. And me and Jackie, I just want to put this out there. I am so proud of both of us. Like, we have so much, we have so many goals. We have so much planned for this podcast. And no matter what, I think we always still prioritize what our like needs for this podcast are, and we always show up. And because we prioritize ourselves, we're able to deliver
Yeah.
these messages to you. So I just want to say that I'm really proud of both of us.
Yeah, we
And
have to definitely schedule our week around trying to make all the things happen for this.
Yeah.
And it's just something that we like doing. So
yeah, and I think and that's something too. I maybe I know we're like at the end of the episode we're saying bye, but like maybe sometimes it's not prioritizing something just for yourself, but maybe it's prioritizing something with someone else that's important. So
yeah,
I'm thankful for these conversations. I'm thankful for all of y'all, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday. Mwah. Bye.
thanks for spending time with us today and being part of our Hermit Haven community.
We hope you enjoyed our cozy chat and are inspired to embrace your inner hermit.
Remember, even in the quiet moments, you're never alone on this journey because we are truly all in this together.
So until next time, stay cozy, stay true to yourself, and keep spreading love wherever you go.
Bye for now.
We'll see you next time.